So we're going to look at the umbrella PPoV portal, which is the partner proof of value portal, which allows partners to set up trials for their end users and manage them from within this dashboard. So let's just log in and show you the dashboard. So this is the partner POV dashboard, and you'll see at the top we've got a number of tabs: centralized reports, trial management, partner settings, and partner resources. So let's just have a look at these in turn and see which ones are actually of any use for us. So if we have a look at partner settings, first things in there are, this is where you'd set up the admins, so you would add people to the account so they can set up trials. So this is where we pop in the ComStore details so that we get distribution, get visibility of the trials that you set up. And you can then come in and do the co-branding and kind of pop in things like the logo in the top corner, but also allow you to do things with your DNS to give you your own domain, bringing your end users into this portal. So you can kind of come in and start to have a play with this down there. So obviously that's quite important, but let's go and have a look at the reporting. So this, to bear in mind, this is for all your reports for all your trials that are running. So actually, in many ways, isn't particularly giving you a lot of information. The ones that does start to give you some real information is the deployment status, because this shows where each of your trials have got to and where they've been running. Now this is a demo account that Cisco give me access to, so as you can see they've not got a lot going on in here, but here you can see that Tornado has some active roaming clients. Security summary gives you the overview, and the key thing to note here is this report they were able to generate. Even if the end user does not give you access to the dashboard, you'll be able to generate this report. If I just copy that and pop it into a browser, you'll see then the one-page report that is generated, which gives you that ability to go in and have those conversations as the review, so you can see the requests, you can see the security events, and you start to get a feel of what's going on. Obviously, if you had access into their dashboard, you'll be able to drill down further and see further information. So that gives us our overview. So let's now come into the actual meat of the portal, which is where you manage the trials, the trial management section. And this is pretty much where we generate the trials, set them up, and see the main bulk of the information for those. So if you look on here, we've got a strength indicator. And what that is effectively doing is, if you log in, you get some points. If you set up a network, you get more points. If you set up roaming clients, you get a higher strength. And it just builds that strength so that you can just get an at-a-glance view of what's going on. So let's just come in and look at this Tornado. We can see that their strength is high. Well, why is it high? Well, we've got an active trial. They've logged in. They've got some roaming clients. And if we drill down further, you can then start to see that they're sending traffic. The end user's logged in, and they've created some identities. You can see, then you can come in and look at the billing information, the deal information, which is important. We'll show you where that goes in a second. And this is where you can also re-ask for access into their dashboard, or actually reset the email link for the password. Okay, so let's come in and actually just run through and just show how easy it is to set up a trial. So if we just come back to the trial management page, start a new trial. It's obviously easier if you've got a deal ID, mainly for searching for the customer, but let's just say that we don't have a deal ID in this case. Let's just search for, let's just use ComStore as the customer. So we can just select the customer from the address. Way round, if the customer doesn't appear on the address, is to actually go back into CTW and create a deal ID for them, and then it'll populate when that deal ID generates. So two boxes here. One is to request access for the dashboard, and the other one is to enable the nurture campaign. The nurture campaign is just a kind of an automated email set of emails that will go out to the customer, and if you setting up a lot and maybe not be able to get round every customer in a timely fashion to handhold them, that may be worth selecting. And if we just come on next, we've got to add in the customer's email address, obviously, so they get the activation. Here we just select which package you're going to see. There is also the education bundle. For some reason my browser never seems to be able to scroll down there, so I don't know what's causing there. So obviously let's just pop in 100. Obviously if they tie in with the deal ID, it just makes it easier. And if you add into here the owner of the deal ID, so let me pop in my CCO account. If I could type, it would really help. And that's the box that, if you're using ComStore and you've set up that partner contact, it'd be useful if you could tick, so we get the details. We don't get a lot of information, but we can at least see that you're running trials and see that which customers you've set them up with. Click next. There's gives the summary, and if you were to then click start trial, it would then generate that trial. The only other box just to show you is the partner resources, which is a partner hub with support documentation. So there's lots of useful information in there if you want to go and have a poke around at a later point. And that really is it. That's the partner PPoV portal.